Can we say what went wrong? Which I had the biggest heart attack ever. And I failed in my life.
Yeah. It's not wrong, but like
you failed. The second that she walked outside of the house, her whole dress got dirty.
Yeah, from the bottom. You can't see
because it was raining, bucketing rain all morning. So literally the train of her dress had a huge black stain all over it.
Until we got to the
and I didn't realize because we walked out first as bridesmaids and our mum walked out first and then we walked out and then it was Krystal and Dad. And then when she got to us, I looked at her dress and it was all black and I just wanted to die. And I was like, I failed my sister.
Welcome, ladies, aka the K Dolls.
Hi, hello.
How are you? So before we dive in and get into this whole let's talk weddings, actually let's talk Krystal K weddings. Introduce yourself.
I am Krystal. I am a makeup artist in Sydney. I have a makeup store, co-owner of Modok times Krystal K, and have my makeup product line as well.
Well, I'm AMK. I'm founder of Branding with AMK and Move with AMK. And Branding with AMK is social media marketing agency. And Move with AMK is a platform to help girls and women love themselves, be confident, be healthy, and stand their ground, follow their dream.
Yes, queen.
I love that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should send more brides to you.
Yeah.
You sit on the brides?
Yeah.
Jazzy,
I'm Jazzy. I'm a singer, songwriter, artist.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I listen to your music.
Thank you.
Krystal,
Yes.
your wedding. Tell me your love journey.
Me and Ramsay have been together for just over 11 years. And
High school sweethearts?
no, we met after high school. I was 20, just turning 21, same as him. We're like the same age, only a month apart. And he used to come to our gym where we used to own a gym ages ago in Bass Hill area. And he was friends with AMK and Jazzy. They used to work on the floor, and Amory was always out on the reception.
And I think more me.
Well, you didn't know Ramsay? I thought you met him already.
No, I didn't know.
Oh, never mind.
I was like 12.
I thought you were there with AMK sometimes though.
Childcare.
And I used to do the creche, like the little childcare there, and I was very like to myself back then. Went in, trained, left. I didn't talk to anyone. I was just very in my own brain. Ramsay always saw me. And he was like, well, now I know, because he told me later on, he's like, he was always interested in me, but he thought, because I was so to myself, he always thought I was like the older sister. So knowing AMK's age, he thought I was like 3 or 4 years older than AMK. He's like, oh, she's too old. He found me on Facebook through AMK's page, and he saw my age, and then we
love a man that
we love a man that does this. A year later, long story short, we spoke for like 9 hours into the morning after. Like, I didn't sleep that night, and I've never connected with someone online, even though we kind of knew each other, but like I've never connected with someone. And
so cute.
That morning at 4 or 4:30, he asked me out on our first date, which is so weird.
Yeah.
At 4 o'clock in the morning?
Literally, like within 9 hours.
Vacation.
Yeah, ever since then, now we're married 11 years later.
And how did he, after how many years did he propose?
Just after, it was just over 10 years. When he didn't propose on our 10 years, I was like, oh, I don't know how long I'm waiting for. I don't know what's going to happen. No, it was after the 9 years.
No, he proposed when you were
I'm confused now. Oh my God, I think it was just after the 9.
It was just after
It was just after 9, yeah. It was on my 30th birthday. It caught me by surprise because Ramsay, from the second I met him, he's not a person who I always knew when he was going to propose, and I trusted in his timing. He didn't want to propose in front of a big group of people. He told me from the get-go. He's like, he'd rather either just me or and him, but he knows how family oriented I am. I'm like, I would at least want my sisters and my mom.
They would have ran after him.
Yeah, I was like, there's no, I'm going to do it again. No, again. Yeah, I was like,
I dare you.
So it's either going to be us two or it's going to be like with our immediate family. So, and I chucked the 30th birthday party and I had like maybe 150 people. Not 1 second did I think Ramsay would propose.
She gave us the like go ahead of like who she wanted there and where. And we said just leave everything to us.
Yeah.
We would be having all these meetings talking about the birthday. And one meeting we're just like talking to Ramsay. We'd be like, Ramsay, like just serious question, like outside the birthday talk, like when are you planning to propose? And he's like soon. I said, we were like, if you're doing it soon, you have to do it the birthday. Like you literally have to. She will not know. And like we did magic to make that happen.
Yeah. He got my ring done with my uncle in Anduri. And they literally, it was very,
Makeup.
because I like the radiant and he knew I like the radiant. And the way I wanted it just with the diamond, it's not very easy to find it just in the, within, it's hard to find the exact diamond, but
and
everything,
they sourced the right diamond.
They sourced the right diamond, everything.
Yeah,
It was the best.
so cute.
Yeah.
He really
He really
He's
is.
really
nailed
the
it.
one.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah.
How long did you start planning your wedding? No?
We probably waited,
Mm.
it was a good, 8 months.
Yeah, I think
Like, we had a long engagement for 2 years.
Mm.
So I think on a year before, we started probably a year before the wedding.
Yeah.
It was when I called, I'm like, I'm just going to see if the church is available. Called the church, they were available on the date that I wanted. I'm like, I'll check if the reception is available.
So
And it
was
was.
the church the first thing you locked in?
The church and the reception, they're both available. And I just booked it in. I'm like, okay, looks like we're starting planning.
The most calm bride, I think, would be Krystal.
Yeah. So AMK and Jazzy were more serious than me.
Even
So
the night
if you
before.
had to pick a bridesmaids, who would it be?
100% AMK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah, on the day, she's like, oh my God, guys, I'm stressed. I'm like,
You're just doing your own makeup, and I was like, I'm stressed.
It was a very stressful morning.
Yeah.
You have to be there for you and then be there for us, obviously.
Mm.
We're doing our own walks
Yeah.
as well.
I think the biggest thing that helped me and my mindset through the whole process is don't stress about the things you can't control.
Yeah.
We did a lot of planning behind the scenes. The girls helped me crazy. It wasn't huge plans, but it was very detailed.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
We were so particular with everything. So if anything was to go wrong, the main things are organized.
Yeah.
So if something out of control happens, it happens.
Like you said, family is a big part of your
Yeah.
You're very family oriented. The K dolls,
Yeah.
the K family. How did you really incorporate the family in terms of the wedding planning?
Well, first and foremost, the girls, without them, I don't think I would have had a wedding. Basically, from scratch.
You're going to cry?
No,
Oh.
she's not.
By the way, just the girls actually planned her wedding. She didn't actually have a wedding planner.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a wedding planner.
So-
It was the girls.
Girls, everyone.
Yeah, listen. On top of that, all the vendors we worked with were so great.
Yeah.
No, they
they
were. I
understood
think-
our vision.
I think that's so important.
Yeah.
It's a huge,
yeah.
to make
Yeah.
sure you're working with vendors that, especially the ones that are spending the whole day with you. Most likely the photographers, hairstylists off and on,
Yeah.
makeup artists obviously to you, and on the
Social
behind the
media,
scenes socials and
yeah,
stuff.
everything.
It's so important that they have the right mindset. They don't rush you. They're not arrogant. I'm sure everyone's seen things in the industry where it's it's hard and it makes the bride's day a lot harder.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the fact that we had such an amazing team was incredible.
Everyone understood the vision. They were
Yeah.
patient.
The
And we
incredible.
worked together. As a
Do you know
team.
what it is? I always say when you meet a vendor, no matter whether it's a planner, photographer,
Yeah.
videographer, you just know upon arrival
Yeah.
and your first.
You feel your
initial-
energy, the energy
Yeah.
and how you feel in your heart. You have to
Yeah.
follow that.
Like I've had feedback from brides we love this photographer, we love this planner, but we just didn't feel comfortable
Yeah.
when we met them. We just didn't vibe.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's no wrong with that.
Everyone
It's just
has
the
different-
personalities.
Yeah.
100%. It's good that you guys had really good experiences.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
God, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
The
really
wedding
good.
turned out
Yeah.
incredible. It
Thank
hits all
you.
social media.
Someone commented, and we get it, you're married, stop posting on TikTok. And then someone else replied to that, and just keep scrolling, and they're like, I tried, they're still there. They're like, that's all, they keep coming up.
Well, we obviously had a good strategy.
I was gonna say that's whoever came up.
Yeah.
We come it all together,
Yeah, we did it.
basically. The good thing is we had Alana from behind the scenes socials
Yeah.
that helped us
Yep.
do.
She was killer. She
I
did
couldn't
so
do anything
good.
Alana's
today.
amazing.
We were main
Yeah.
characters.
Yeah.
But Alana, we trust her, and her work. Not only she's one of the best in the industry.
Yeah.
Her work is incredible.
Yeah.
And she made
Is.
the day.
So,
No, you don't understand. Forget socials is one thing. She was
Yeah.
every 10 we turned and we'll stress about
She was
something, she's there.
She was
if
big.
there
She
was
was in her
dirt
pocket.
on my dress, she had
Yeah.
to wipe, and she's
She was
wiping
ready.
the dress.
And
It
I
was
think that's
actually so good.
That's really important.
Alana's really good.
Yeah.
I've worked with Lana. She's a machine.
Yeah,
She's
she's
a heart of
incredible.
gold.
Yeah.
And she doesn't do it as a job.
Yeah.
She does it
She
because
does it out of her
actually
heart.
Yeah.
loves doing what
Yeah.
She's incredible.
So true.
Yeah.
We communicated between each other with Alana
Yeah.
as well, because there was things that Alana was doing and things
Yeah.
that we needed to do. And then Jazzy and I
I
we
just
did it.
winged it.
Yeah, we just winged it all
Yeah.
day.
I think just whatever, it's because at the end of the day, we needed to focus on Krystal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if there was ever a time where I could okay, I'm just gonna quickly film a video here,
Yeah.
I just made sure my phone
You
was
made it
charged.
work. Yeah.
And then I was like, we're in the car on the way to the photo shoot, and I was like, I should do a lip singing video.
Yeah,
to my song.
So I just want to know how
yeah.
many phones or power packs did you two carry?
Oh no,
You had the power.
Be real.
I didn't even use it. I brought 2.
Did I even touch my phone?
No, she didn't touch it.
Do you know how kids that was?
Her plan was? Her plan was to put her phone in the
Okay, and vlog my whole
that didn't
day.
work, obviously, but she wanted to.
Yeah, firstly, I'm like content creator 24/7. I'm vlogging every second. So
That's what I mean. I was
What
like,
do I
I wanted
do?
to see AMK on the same day. What
what am I doing? And I was
She was
like,
malfunctioning.
oh yeah, glitching. It's like,
What am I going to do?
the whole preparation to the wedding, like the day, is like a show.
And then there's all these bags upstairs that,
Yeah, that
need to
was
get
the-
into the car, but we need to walk downstairs pretty
Yeah.
and then I'm running back upstairs to get all the bags downstairs. And I'm like,
don't forget my makeup because I had to do touch-ups at the reception and I brought touch-ups for everyone.
And not
not just for me.
not just like a makeup bag for Krystal. Like,
No.
okay, there's the makeup bag for the photo shoot, and then there's the makeup bag for the reception.
Yeah, and then the makeup bag
Car
for
hire place,
and
and
then-
they sorted it out for us.
Yes, and then there's the makeup bag that needs to go back into this
Yeah.
makeup
For
bag
the
to go
hotel.
to the
Yeah.
hotel.
Afterwards.
So
Yeah.
it was like I was just like my brain.
mini makeup bag that had to be with me
Yeah,
24/7.
24/7.
My
eyes for.
This is what I mean by makeup artist doing her makeup on
Yeah.
wedding day.
Yeah, that's what that was probably the hardest.
Krystal was really organized,
Yeah.
but it was more just like the responsibility was so big.
to make
like,
sure it's there.
I needed to
Yeah,
make
you know, to
sure.
be honest, Jazzy,
You know?
we were on that day.
Yeah.
And she did so good.
Yeah.
And then at the
Yeah.
reception, I touched up twice. My biggest thing is my eyebrows.
Yeah.
My eyebrows, just because I gelled them in a certain way to make them look a certain way
Yeah.
for my face.
Krystal eyebrows, sensitive topic.
Yeah,
It's a very sensitive topic.
like everyone's like, oh my god, your eyebrows are too short, your eyebrows are too straight. I'm like, leave me alone. I'm happy.
What advice do you give brides juggling with like their life, their personal life, their work life, their wedding life,
And
the
try to
planning?
plan. I think, as simple as it sounds, I know everyone says it, write down a to-do list. As much as you mark one off, you're always adding another 5 things. You think of things. That was the biggest thing that helped, writing a to-do list. And as someone, I wasn't able just to take off work and to plan the wedding 24/7. Like I had my clients, I had my brides, I had my store. We literally released our powder blushes and cream blushes the week of the wedding. I couldn't even promote it properly. I was like, I can't go like making all these posts about like, obviously I wanted to promote it so much, but I'm like, it's literally 4 days before my wedding. Like I got to focus.
Of
I've
course.
worked so hard, like, and getting all this content saved for the
Yeah,
wedding.
especially the content execution after about the wedding.
Yeah,
It's
like, I
very
had to, okay,
tricky.
let's be the wedding, and then, like, still it's about the wedding.
Yeah.
It's been like, what, 1-2 weeks?
Yeah.
But I want to make the most of it, and then I'll get back into what we've just released.
Yeah, married once.
Yeah.
Exactly. And also, again, about the vendors,
Yeah.
trusting your instincts.
Yeah.
That's going to be the biggest thing. As small as it sounds, it's going to help everything become so much smoother. The second you're with someone and every single meeting where they understand your vision and they want to do what your vision is, not just like what's easy for them.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing. And you know that they're going to be on your side. They're going to give you advice. They're going to help you along the way.
I'll
And
be honest with you. Like,
Exactly. Sometimes some people say their fiance or who they're marrying sometimes don't want to be as involved or stuff, but try to work as much as a team. That was a big thing that helped me.
Yeah.
Ramsay, he was so supportive through everything. He had ideas, I had ideas, we bounced off each other. Because at the end of the day, it's your wedding together.
Yeah,
And-
it's a couple thing. It's
Yeah.
look, a lot of like grooms actually come and say, I don't want to know about it.
Yeah, just do whatever
Put
you
me in
want.
my suit and let me just rock off
Yeah.
the day. So it's like surprising that Ramsay like actually.
Yeah.
Oh, Ramsay was so good. Oh my God. He was, when we started planning, the Excel was ready. He's a pro. He knows all the codes and everything. He had like, okay, car hire, this, that, budget, this, that, okay, minus, deposits were made, this.
So organized.
It's so organized. We had envelopes, pay, okay. Especially if you're getting married in a church, you have to do like a single status check. You have to all your paperwork, and you have to do it a couple of months before to give it time for them to check your whole history and all that. He did all, I didn't have to worry about that. He did all that. And then like when it came to the creative side, the girls obviously had a lot of input because they had all these magical ideas that
I
I
spent
sometimes
multiple hours
Yeah.
on the Instagram,
yeah.
the venue,
She
like,
was like
okay,
it.
what do
She
I
was
not like about this?
Yeah, they're like, what are we doing to change that? What are we doing to change that?
How are
And
we
then,
going to fix this?
as much as we agreed on a lot of things, we obviously came back to Ramsay. Okay, what do you think of this? What do you think of the drapes? The drapes was like it made a biggest difference.
Draping is a very hard technique to do.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to drape.
You want to do it right. So, one of the biggest struggles, it was nothing crazy, but because we were going so minimal with all the decorations and all that, and everything was like low flowers, candles, that kind of romantic vibe. We didn't want the plain tablecloths. We wanted ivory, satin looking tablecloths. I reached out to so many high places. No, I couldn't even buy. Like, no one had ivory color silk tablecloths. And then Ramsay was on the search to find
The material.
the material. So like, let's make it. Let's see if we can make it or get it done.
By the roll, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, we're not doing anything crazy, but that's going to make the biggest difference. And then he found next door to his work this place that was about to close down, a material place. What do you call them?
Fabric.
Fabric.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah,
yeah,
fabric.
apologies.
This is why I stay there in the makeup
Makeup.
His best friend Pat, who was one of the groomsmen, his mum does like, she's like amazing at sewing and creating. She's like, tell Krystal Ramsay I'll make them. Get me the material and I'll make them. And we're like, are you sure? It's a lot of work. And there's like how many tables and like different measurements. She's like, I'll do it. She saved us. She made them.
She like godmother.
Yeah. She was like,
So she made all the tablecloths.
Yeah.
tablecloths.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Don't have the stress, because eventually it'll happen.
It will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
And if it doesn't happen, it wasn't meant to be. There's another way that was supposed to happen.
Exactly.
If there's one thing you could change on
Um,
your wedding day, what would it be?
Look, if I'm being completely honest, I wouldn't change a thing.
Oh, I love
Honestly, I think everything happened the way it was meant to happen. Everyone looked perfect. The way it flowed in the morning, the way last minute Dad's like, let's get a coffee cart. The way
The rain stopped every time.
stopped
We needed
every
to stop.
time we went outside. Like, I don't understand how, like, it was bucketing, but every time when we had to leave the house, when we had to leave the church, with the church finished. Are you crying?
No.
Oh.
Oh, thank God. Was just
That's a crying all the
No,
time.
I thought she looked
because
like
we've been
her
working
face
on
looked like
some
she was
stuff
crying.
and she's just been crying a lot recently.
The biggest advice a lot of people told me, a lot of past brides as well, they're like, try to take in and appreciate every part of the day.
Happens, yeah.
Because things just fly. Next minute, you're going to be at the reception.
It
You're like,
happens
oh,
so
how did that
fast.
happen? Yeah, but you know what? I think because I got that piece of advice so many times, I actually feel like I really was able to stand there every part of the day. And I felt present. I
Yeah.
didn't
You
feel,
absorbed everything.
I absorbed everything. Like, I can remember everything and how I felt at every step.
Yeah.
And
so
that's
beautiful.
like, and because of that, I think I love,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Right,
everything,
take note.
No, literally.
yeah. Not as
Can we
planned.
say what went wrong? Which I had the biggest heart attack ever. And I'm
Where?
like, I failed in my life.
Oh,
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
It's not wrong, but like,
You
Tell me.
failed.
The second that she walked outside of the house, her whole dress got dirty.
Yeah, from the bottom. You can't see
Because it was
video.
raining, bucketing rain
Like
all
black.
morning. So literally the train of her dress had a huge black stain all over it.
until we got to the
And I
church.
didn't realize because we walked out first as bridesmaids, and like our mum walked out first, and then we walked out, and then it was Krystal and Dad, and they walked out by themselves and walked down like the
so
front
you
of our
went behind
house.
us to see.
So I didn't think like to hold her dress because I was doing my job, which I had to do, which was walk out first. And then when she got to us, I looked at her dress and it was all black, and I just wanted to die. And I was like, I failed. This is so.
We got to the church and I saw her, I was like, oh well. And Joseph was there fixing my dress. And Joseph's the one that made my dress,
Yeah.
who's like literally a fairy godmother, miracle worker, like all of the above.
Another trick for when you do get married, hopefully, touch wood.
Yeah.
You know the sneaker spray?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Spray your dress with the sneaker spray.
Why?
Of the whole trail, the waterproof one.
Okay.
What-
We obviously did not know.
We did not know that. Why didn't you tell us this before?
It would have been very
What happens
helpful
is that
to
if it does get dirty, when you wipe it, it actually creates a layer. So the actual fabric, especially if it's silk as well, it helps. It's like waterproof.
Oh.
Another tip, like coming from a makeup artist, you actually find the lipstick color that matches your bridesmaid dress, just in case it gets stained. You actually color it with the lipstick color.
We
if it's
didn't
that
think
color.
of
Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
And
Next
even
time
red.
we're gonna hire you.
Just call me.
Yeah, we'll just call you. They're like, can you just come? We just need you.
Send you our planner. We have the term page planner that has everything.
Yeah, we love that.
So
Yeah.
speaking of
But
professional
made it work.
background and your
Yeah.
peers,
Mm-hmm.
AMK branding.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a whole project. How did you strategize the whole? How you're gonna like do the get ready with me? Did you guys practice in the dress?
I think what we do naturally already as content creators, aside from like our profession, is that we are very engaging with our audience, and we naturally do that.
Yeah.
Our get ready with me is the vlogs, the live.
really like planned.
It wasn't planned. On the morning, I was like, am I going to film? And I'm like, I'll just film everything. And then I might turn into a vlog or whatever. And then I didn't know Jazzy was making content. She was posting. And I'm like, you didn't tell me you were making content on the day. I was so calm.
I didn't know.
This is what killed me. The next day, to me, I don't post in real time. I take my time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I post 3 days later, 4 days. I like to go.
She likes to be like
Krystal
material.
is posting.
Yeah.
Jazzy starts posting, and I'm like,
I'm not mentally prepared for this.
I have a plan. And Jazzy's like, AMK. She goes, trust me, just post about the wedding and then post the other stuff later.
later.
I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah, but like, I want to know. No one knows.
Yeah, I was literally forced out of my will to post.
Yeah, I
content on the
mean, we're
spot.
all posting now. Make the most of a post. We're all like different like perspectives. It's fun.
I know it sounds
And then-
dramatic, but for me, someone is very like,
I'm doing the content team. Like I'm the same as you. I'm like I have to
we
plan.
understand the
Yeah.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Was my feed matching? Jazzy's like, relax. Does it look good? Is it the right stuff?
Relax.
When I get my team and stuff to create stuff, or I even create stuff,
Mm.
I might not look at it because we're very
Exactly. I
pedantic
think
and
we're
we're like,
the same.
yeah.
We get
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I'll get the girls. I'm like, can you just run your eyes through it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll just wait to hear their feedback.
Yeah.
And if out of the 4 that I ask, if there's 3 that say yes and 1 say no, I'll post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's 2 and 2, I'll rework it.
Yeah.
So I have like a strategy
Yeah,
around
it's
it.
a bit-
Wait, so you understand why.
Yeah,
really.
I'm part of your
Jazzy,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't.
because I kept seeing like it wasn't just normal videos of like
Yeah.
she's walking down.
Yeah.
Like when you two sit in the car singing, I think I watched that video about like 14 times.
You're so
I
cute.
was like, what a vibe.
You're
Like,
so
like such a vibe. I kept flicking, it kept coming up, and I'm like, it's just meant to be. I just meant to keep watching.
You're so cute.
So I'm pretty sure I saved it.
And you also love the song.
Yeah.
Look,
That's
I
what.
kind of like singing it when like
That
random when I'm
always.
working.
Me like we're gonna break up.
Mm.
Hold me like I've never been loved. Touch me like it's never enough.
Oh,
no.
Guys, Jazzy J.
Hey, girls. Jazzy.
Jazzy's gonna leave.
Can you give us a little story about this whole Little Mermaid
Yes,
situation?
Well, Krystal, I know that her favorite Disney princess is Little Mermaid, right? So going into the wedding, she was always referencing Little Mermaid and saying that, you know, she wanted to play, I think she wanted to play the song somewhere or something. But that's always been her song. So when we went to go meet with the drummers, we were like in this meeting with the drummers, it was a very serious meeting for me with the A-team. I was like, okay, so what are we doing? Like, what's the vibe?
Like,
What song are we starting with?
My
What's
industry.
the direction?
And I feel like you would be in your zone. Like
Yeah.
that was like Jazzy's like this is
I
me.
didn't I
This
didn't
is
want to
me.
overstep, you know, because like they know what, like they're gone. They're so good. I had a suggestion for Krystal, and that was that they get like a violinist or something like to play the Little Mermaid theme song, like just like the kind of the melody,
Yeah.
and then let that mash into another song that they pick, and then into the drums, and then they begin.
Love.
And I knew
Yeah.
that Krystal and Ramsay wanted me to sing at the wedding, and at the same time, I was like, it's my first time being a bridesmaid, and like I didn't know.
Maid of honor, not bridesmaid.
Yeah, we were both made of honor.
Maid of honor, number one. Yeah.
There was 2 of us.
Yeah. Obviously,
Fine.
AMK. Yeah, AMK's
I
fine. She's
did
older,
fine.
but they'll both be maid of honor.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to be worried about singing all day. I wanted to just focus on Krystal. I wanted
Enjoy the
to
moment.
enjoy the
And
day.
have fun, yeah.
And I love singing, but it is like I'm gonna be thinking like, okay, my set, like what am I singing? That I make sure I don't scream too much
Yeah.
during the day. Make sure I don't drink or anything, you know. And then I was also thinking like, you know, I don't want to make it about myself. Like it's her wedding day, you know. Even like
Not
I'm
that
a
it would have,
singer.
no one would have taken it that way.
I know what Jazzy said.
But you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
didn't want it to come across that way. I was literally having a shower, and this is where my best ideas come. And I started thinking about the Little Mermaid song, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they've like started rehearsing it or whatever. And then I was like thinking of the lyrics, and I'm like, they kind of remind me of Krystal anyway, like the words of the song. And then I started just like writing it in my head as if it was about Krystal. Like I rewrote like the whole verse, the opening verse of the Little Mermaid song. And I was like, oh, this would be really cute. Like if I sang it. And I'm like, am I really going to do this to myself? Am I going to make myself sing the entrance? Or like, I didn't know if I wanted that pressure or not. So I didn't know if I should tell her. So then when I was with Krystal, I was like, listen, I had this idea. I don't know if I should do it. And I tried singing it to her, and we were just crying.
She probably got like 2 lines in, and I
Emotional.
Every time I would sing it, like we would just start crying all over again, like every rehearsal.
I was like, 100% you should do it.
As I was practicing it in my head and visualizing like the moment, I thought about it, and I was like, it is like a bit funny as well. It's not too serious.
Yeah.
I'm like, we should get Ramsay's brother to do it with me. So then it's not just about me. Like it's like me and her sister.
Yeah.
And then his brother, even though he's not a singer, it's like it's a music.
He can make it.
You know, he can like come in with little jokes.
He can be
and
anything.
stuff.
Ask him to be a singer, he'll be anything.
Yeah. And I couldn't believe I couldn't believe that he said yes. It ended up being really
Yeah, it was
Because
the best.
we saw it, and like we have a group like within Wedded, and we like share stories.
I am dead.
And then when share one of those stories,
What the role was said about.
I sent the reel, and I was like, Jazzy just sang The Little Mermaid, and it was like, oh my god, how cute! And we're listening, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I've never watched The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Is the actual Little Mermaid's name Krystal? So I had to Google. Is that
Ariel! Hello! You need to get this right. You're
And then I realized that she actually amended the song for you.
Yeah.
There was like a spotlight on us, you know, and that was a very crucial thing in the meetings leading up. It were like no big lights on.
All the lights
No big
dim.
lights.
We told them. I think we
spotlight.
told them 500 times. They listened to obviously, but like, we just made sure one night.
Dim.
Let the
spotlight.
let the candles be the lighting. Let it be romantic spotlight. Even speeches dim. You know what did take me by shock? Not shock, like not in a bad way. Obviously, we had all the photographers. We had Salt team. We had Alana. We had all the guests that had their phones out and everything. And obviously the Clarence House had their own social media team, like, you know.
We had so many angles of everything.
I feel like the second we entered, I think, did you girls feel it? Because it was literally like 20 people at the entrance. So like in the walkway, which was obviously was enough room to do everything because they followed what we're doing. But I think that was one thing that I didn't think of. Before doing it.
That was my favorite part.
It was like
so fun.
It was like a big paparazzi.
It was just like everyone was in. I envisioned it to be empty for some reason. Everyone's gonna be on the dance floor filming, but I didn't think they obviously gonna get a close up shot. They're like following you, running with you, and excuse me, this.
Yeah, we're lucky that we. Like, I film myself every day. She films herself every day.
I'm doing tutorials every day.
We're in the we're behind
and
in front.
Still hard.
And it's still
hard.
a lot.
Like anxiety. And I was gonna say, like, the big advice that I give to brides, like cousins and friends that are getting married that I know are not used to being on camera, is do a lot of things leading up to your like wedding day where you're on camera. Like, get your friends to take photos of you more than
learn your
learn your angles, learn what kind of lighting you like. Like, I think that taking that extra effort and those extra steps to like make yourself more comfortable in front of the camera, because the wedding day comes and then all these cameras are on you and you don't realize, like, you want to just relax and enjoy the day, but you don't realize how much pressure it is to get the right photo and this and that. So like, I think the more that you're able to be like, oh well, I know
what part of my face is for what I like. And you would have loved your own photos and videos, so you're like,
something you're going to carry for the rest of your life.
So I think that
100%. But on top of that as well, you don't want to literally think, because I know some people doing a lot of brides as well, their makeup, they tell me they practice their smiles and everything. I'm like, yes, but don't think about just your smiles. Think about how you're going to feel in the day, and you want to showcase your emotions like naturally, not like faking it. But like, you don't want every photo of you just doing that one smile. As Jazz said, like, get out of your comfort zone, do things just to understand yourself more across on camera.
Perfect. Like, what are 3 non-negotiable things for your makeup prep?
I know everyone says it, but drink heaps of water. That's like one of the biggest things that changed everything. Heaps of water. Tea and all that, like, that's great, but water, game changer. Like 2 liters a day. Facial wise, I don't get as much regular facials as normal as like a regular person may. But I did 2 facials before the wedding, which made a big difference because I generally have quite dry skin. I did one a month before and one 4 days before. And I know a lot of people say don't get it done too close to, but my lady Carmen, the way we're doing it is we don't do anything invasive, nothing that pieces in the skin, just all about the massaging, lifting, the moisturizing, all that stuff, and that made the biggest difference. In regards to makeup on the day, skin prep, so your makeup's going to look as good as how you prep your skin and how much time you let it settle into your skin. So biggest thing, don't never miss out on moisturizer, serum, eye cream. They're the 3 biggest things, okay? Even if you have oily skin, don't be scared of moisturizer. All my clients freak out how much moisturizer I use on their skin. I'm like, yeah, but you're not going to put the makeup on straight, you're going to let it breathe. Have a fan with you, always. In general, like anyone doing their makeup for a special occasion, moisturizer, lather it on, press it in, fan. Next, eye cream. Eye cream dab under your eyes, very lightly here. A little bit on your eyelid and a little bit on your smile lines. That's a big tip here. That's going to help reduce creasing on your smile lines. If you get that, fan. Another big tip is I'll use setting mist. So I love to use the Charlotte Tilbury or the Morphe one. Both kind of do the same thing for me. Spray your face before you do any of your makeup. Fan. Let it breathe.
I didn't do it.
So you got to let all the, because if you're going to go straight moisturizer and you got all this moisturizer on and it's not even sinks into your skin, then you go in with your makeup formula is going to mix into that and it's going to change the way it sits on your face throughout the whole day. Okay, so that's my biggest thing. Always do. So what I do is once you've done all your creams, and a lot of people have seen the way I do like contour and blush, and I let it breathe and then blend. Fan your face before you actually blend it. Don't put your contour on and your blush and then like blend, because that's when you're going to find it can go muddy or you over blend. And then it's like, oh, what's all this product for? It's not really doing anything to my face. If you fan it, it kind of sits in where you're positioning it, because the way you place it on your face makes a difference how it lifts your face. Fan it, let it breathe, spray your face, fan it again. and lightly blend. Light pressure. Dab, dab, dab. Dab, dab,
I'm
dab.
learning today.
I always say you dab except for your eyes, every single step of your makeup on your base, you dab, dab, dab lightly, and everything's going to look so much better. Also, I know a lot of people go in with beauty sponge, like a beauty sponge, from beginning to end. I highly recommend doing brushes first, the whole process. Right at the end, once you're happy with the way everything's sitting, spray face again. Go in with your sponge. That's not too wet, because if it's too wet, it's going to steal product. And then lightly blend everywhere to make sure it looks seamless, and then set your face.
And
I love that.
And
the
put your,
fan.
everything,
I
no,
fan.
everything fan.
Did it go
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm ready for the fan.
Trust me, I know it sounds dramatic, but when I tell you fan and time, like using the fan to fasten time, for everything to blend, and giving yourself enough time between every step of your makeup is what's going to make your makeup literally look flawless the whole day and night.
One word to sum up Krystal's wedding.
Fairy tale.
Princess.
Dream.
Oh,
It was just like, it just
So
felt
it's
like a
literally
dream.
once upon a wedding.
yeah.
Oh,
It was the best thing.
We are launching the Wedded Wonderland Concierge,
Yeah.
which we are helping brides all across the world
Yeah.
connect with businesses that they want to meet across the, like, let's say a bride from Australia wants to get married in Italy and wants to
Oh,
to
that's
Savannah. So we're creating that service. How
That's
would you
mad.
have felt if that had been around your wedding?
To be honest, I think it would have been immensely helpful. Like, I think if it wasn't for the girls, if I didn't have my sisters, I think I would have definitely needed something like that.
Yeah.
100%. Like that, like, honestly, I think, like, as much as I'm used to event planning, obviously, for business side of things and like product launches, that would have been like crazy helpful. Then you wouldn't have to think as much every day.
You
Okay,
probably would have found your ivory temple.
I would have probably found my tablecloth without making it, you know.
I would have
Would have outsourced it from probably another state or something, like, you know. The Wedded Concierge will just eliminate so much stress, things that they don't even have to think. Because a lot of people forget the little nitty gritty details.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then they remember like 2 weeks before, oh my God, like, you know, but like all that will be sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've actually launched the Wedded Concierge, which is to help brides plan their wedding.
Yeah.
And there's some brides that don't want us to help their wedding, but we've actually created a directory for them.
Oh, beautiful.
So we're launching a Wedded directory which has businesses globally.
Yeah.
And you can just jump in and just scroll through and
That's amazing.
Oh my God.
So
that's insane.
we wish we had that for you prior.
Oh, you're so sweet.
But guys, Jazzy is engaged.
I am.
She's planning a wedding soon.
I am.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Right now, I'm in the middle of so much happening. Like we just finished obviously Krystal's wedding, but I put my project on hold with my music and stuff. So I'm going back to LA next month. But in the midst of all of this, my biggest thing for our wedding, like for me and Mike, is figuring out what kind of vibe I want. We were literally on a walk this morning and we're like, what are we going to do? I have all these things saved and, you know, like I'm not very like I want it to be traditional, and Mike loves his Samoan, but he loves the Arabic drums more than me. Like he loves the Lebanese culture like even more, you know?
Sorry.
Yeah, but definitely like we're getting there slowly, you know?
Have you booked a date?
No.
Yeah.
Not yet. But
Not
I
that
need to
close.
figure out what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I know what we want and what the vision is, it's going to be so much like that's what we were talking about. Like if you get all these vendors and you don't really know what you want,
It makes it
you're
harder.
not going to end up being
You'll
happy.
be more stressed.
You'll be more stressed.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to like go book everything and I'm like changing my mind months before the wedding date. I want to be so confident about what I want that when we book everyone, it's like, okay, this is what we want. Can you do it? And that's it. You know?
Yeah. Oh my God, you should do the song together.
That we wrote.
Yeah, they wrote the most. It's actually
It's
not out
Is it the next song or the second? Is it?
It should.
I think it's the next song.
It's the next one.
They wrote a song together.
God,
It's the
that's
most beautiful song.
Can I get like
hear
first
it.
access?
So of course you can. Mike loves country music and
Yeah.
I do as well. But we wrote a sort of like country inspired vibe song. And I got my friends Mason and Jules on it. They're incredible artists. They're living in America now, but they're Australian. So they're on the song. But Mike originally sang the second verse.
So originally it's Mike's.
Because,
But like,
you know, he's not a singer. Sorry, babe.
you guys
This is
can
like
sing that.
VIP sneak peek.
I'm trying to zip up your word.
In the backseat of the taxi, it's been 3 months since you seen me. I've been running, searching for something, but you know that I'm always coming home. So I wait up another day till we find love another way. Oh, I can't wait to see your face. No, I Driving home.
And that's everyone's over there.
I need this song. I need it.
Oh, I know that.
So I leave every year for like
Yeah.
3 months, 6
At a
months.
time.
I'm always in LA. Like my team is there, my producers, everything. So like I'm always leaving Mike. Poor guy.
So but Mike is like the most supportive.
Yeah, he's
You know, like
crazy.
he's my number one fan, and he's not like, you know, we have such a great trust and communication, so it works so well, you know. But that's what that song is about.
Yeah.
basically.
I'm so excited.
I feel like that they should sing that on their wedding day together.
We probably will.
I think
And
I
we'll
think
just dance in the
that would
background.
be so beautiful, Jazz.
We'll see.
You know what I mean?
So Wonderland has a 200-page wedding planner.
Oh, okay.
For all the brides out there, whether they have a planner or they don't, it's a 200-page planner. It covers everything from when you get proposed until the honeymoon.
That's so
And it
cool.
includes your honeymoon proposal. Like, we even actually have a proposal honeymoon for the guys
I
that
think
are...
that's really important.
Yes, so I will send that to you. I'll send you the link with all the details. How would that help, do you think, with your planning?
That would help so much, because I think there's so many things that we miss. Like we said, even with the first aid kit or whatever. Like, I think also, like, because I really want to find the vibe of
What you want.
creatively, what I want it to be, that will sort of help me also
Have a
not
guideline.
forget and miss things, and be able to remind me of things that we might need. Or,
Yeah.
Like the little things that you have to
It does
remember.
cover, like, it covers the basics,
Yeah.
but there's really things in there, like the emergency kit. There's things that you
Probably
don't
not
actually
think
think of. Like,
Yeah.
there's a whole section on there for grooms and what they should do before the wedding.
Yeah.
Like, did you know, like,
so
if you're having a summer wedding,
Yeah.
do you know all grooms have to put baby powder on their body before they put on their
Fred
shirt?
did not do that.
Because the baby
The
powder
sweat.
absorbs the sweat.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, like, there's so many
So
things.
many things that can help the day
Yeah.
go so
That's
much smoother.
actually so smart. Did you write it?
Aww.
Genius.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Good
A
on
lot of
I'm
things
so
in there.
excited to read it.
Ladies, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having
And
us.
we cannot wait to the new project, your wedding, the honeymoon.
future wedding.
My next EP.
Yeah, next EP. I know, I was like, future and actual EPs more.